Well, despite the recent rains and snow, fire season will be here before we know it, and those charged with protecting homes from the ravages of wildfires are gearing up for another long summer. Phil Campbell is at this morning's firefighter training and has more from the Black Rock area.
Eventually, the record snowpack will melt, and while that's a concern for those living near our rivers and streams, later this summer it could be an even bigger concern for anyone living in the mountains and foothills. A wet spring almost always leads to thicker vegetation, and when it dries out, well, that's when it becomes the perfect fuel for wildfires.
Right now, we are definitely seeing a lot of water. We've got a lot of flooding. So it is wet, so typically we don't get the starts in June, but you're absolutely right. If that grass and everything starts to grow, it greens up, but then let's say July gets really hot and August gets really hot and it dries up all that fuel, then we've got a lot of fire potential there.
For the past couple of days, firefighters have been training so that when summer fire season arrives, they'll be ready. Today at their field day, they've been practicing some of the techniques that'll help save their lives.
You can only learn so much in a classroom. You can sit and talk about something, but until you actually get your hands and feet on the ground so you can actually do the things that you're discussing, it doesn't really click for a lot of people. And that's why actually implementing those skills that we learn in those basic fire school is so critically important.
Today, the trainees were able to work on some direct suppression tactics as well as laying some hose. They familiarized themselves with some of the heavy equipment, and most importantly, they were able to simulate some emergency situations. Reporting from the Black Rock Canyon in Bannock County, Phil Campbell, KPVI News 6.
BLM officials say the fire season could be delayed this year, but when it does arrive, it could be an intense year for fires.